Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will see rules with respect to PF withdrawals and their tax impact. For a ease of understanding purpose, we have bifurcated the withdrawals into two categories. One is the withdrawal before completion of 5 years of continuous service and the another is withdrawal after completion of 5 years of continuous service. First we will see the withdrawal before completion of 5 years of continuous service. So friends, if the withdrawal is made before completion of 5 years of continuous service, then it is subject to tax. Tax will be deducted at the rate of 10% if the amount exceeds 50,000 rupees. If PAN is not provided at the time of PF withdrawal, PF authorities may deduct TDS at the rate of 30%, which is the highest slab rate. Employee can submit Form 15G or Form 15H at the time of PF withdrawal if tax on her or his total income, including PF amount, is nil. Friends, if employment is terminated before completion of 5 years due to ill health of an employee, then on the withdrawal amount tax shall not be applicable. Now we will see the second part, that is withdrawal after completion of 5 years of continuous service. So withdrawal made post completion of 5 years of continuous service is not subject to tax. So no TDS will be deducted by the PF authorities. In calculation of 5 years of service, tenure with the previous employer is also considered. Now we will see the type of PF withdrawal. There can be two types of PF withdrawal. One is a complete withdrawal and the second is a partial withdrawal. Complete withdrawal is permitted only at the time of retirement. However, PF authorities have allowed the partial withdrawal of PF from the PF account in certain situations. For ease of understanding, we have tabulated those situations as below and we will cover one by one all the situations. First is a medical reason. Employee can withdraw fund from his or her PF balance or say PF account for medical treatment of either self, spouse, children and parents. In this category, there is no requirement of continuous years of service and the amount that can be withdrawn is up to 6 times of monthly salary or employee's contribution plus interest, whichever is lower. Second is the marriage. Employee can withdraw up to 50% of the employee's contribution plus interest for marriage of either self, children or siblings, that is brother or sister. In this category, there is a requirement of 7 years of continuous service. Third is education. Employee can withdraw up to 50% of the employee's contribution plus interest for education of either self or children. Here there is a requirement of 7 years of continuous service and the education that can be funded through the PF withdrawal is 10 standard above. Fourth is purchase of land. Employee can withdraw amount up to 24 times of monthly basic salary from PF account for purchase of land. However, here there are two conditions. One is there is a requirement of continuous years of service, that is 5 years, and the land should be in the name of self or jointly with the spouse. This category PF withdrawal is allowed only once during the entire service. Fifth is the purchase or construction of house. If employee want to purchase or construct a house, he can withdraw up to 36 times of his monthly basic salary plus dearness allowance. However, the withdrawal amount should not exceed the cost of the house. The number of years of continuous service required in this category is 5 years. Another conditions here is that the house should be in the name of either self or jointly with the spouse. If he is constructing a new. Now sixth is the repayment of housing loan. Employer can withdraw amount from his or her PF accounts and repay his or her ongoing housing loan. The condition here is that the loan should be in the name of either self or jointly with the spouse, and also the number of years of continuous service must be 10. The amount that can be withdrawn from the PF account is lower of up to 36 times of monthly basic salary plus dearness allowance, or total amount consisting of employer's contribution with interest or outstanding principal plus interest on housing loan. The lower of the three amount he can withdraw from his PF balance. Seventh is a house renovation. For a house renovation also, employee can withdraw amount from PF account. Amount that can be withdrawn is lower of A. 12 times the monthly salary and dearness allowance. B. Employee's contribution with interest. C. Total cost. Lower of the three, employee can withdraw from PF account. Number of years of continuous service required in this category is 5 years. Another condition here is that the house should be in the name of either self or jointly with the spouse. Now the last situation is partial withdrawal before retirement. Before retirement. Here only those employees who are 54 years of age or more can withdraw up to 90% of accumulated balance with interest. So these are the categories wherein PF authorities have allowed partial withdrawal of PF balance. Thank you. Friends, if you like my video, please click on like button and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.